Hello and welcome to the Two Franks. I would like to start by saying that I am in no way a hater of GTA Online. If you know our channel, we used to stream this game for about 30 hours a week, and it is because I have played around 1,000 hours that I have seen all the flaws and can review this game properly. I will start with the most petty things and give you 10 reasons why GTA Online is trash. Number 1. Let's start with the loading times. They are horrendous. I don't think there is any game with loading times as long as GTA Online. Couple that with the awful matchmaking and you'll join a heist just to load 5 minutes and then spawn in front of some guy's apartment actually in free mode, and you completely wasted those 5 minutes. If you're someone who likes to play jobs, heists, etc., you're constantly stuck on a loading screen. In addition, the loading times sometimes lag out and you're sitting there for 15 minutes until you finally realize nothing is gonna happen and you have to restart the game. My second problem is another petty thing that still manages to upset me every time I play. It is the inconsistency. For everyone who doesn't know, if you destroy someone else's or your own vehicle, you pay 1% of the price, up to 20k. However, during a job you usually don't have to pay. Usually. That's where the inconsistency comes in. If you sell certain product, you don't pay. However, if you sell other products, for example nightclub or bunker goods, you do pay. How does that make any sense? Someone is attacking your product that you paid and worked for with the Luxo, and you have to pay to defend yourself? What the fuck are you supposed to do when some dick on an oppressor MK2 attacks you and can respawn the vehicle 10 seconds after you destroyed it just to attack you again? You're quickly gonna end up paying 200k for selling a fucking nightclub worth 300k, and it doesn't make any sense. It's the same during free mode missions, and in free mode it's even worse. Sometimes you pay, sometimes you don't. I've crashed my plane and didn't have to pay, while some prick in a Hydra blew my plane up and I had to pay. After 1,000 hours, I still haven't found a pattern. Number 3. All things are simply abandoned in this game. If you're not aware, there were weaponized vehicles in the game from the very beginning. But they were disarmed outside of the story mission you used them in, because guess what? They would be fucking OP and ruin the game. And they only had a machine gun and were able to drop nails that pop tires. However, as everyone knows, we now have flying cars with missiles, vehicles that drop mines, etc, etc. Yet Rockstar's never updated these old cars for the people who own them and armed them again. Another example is the Rhino tank. It has a turret that is not usable, and the Rhino tank is worse in every aspect than the Conchali. But the Conchali has the same turret and he can use it. Yet they didn't think it necessary to update the Rhino tank I already bought for 1.5 million. They only focus on making new OP things that people have to spend more money on. This one might sound weird at first, but hear me out. There isn't really any content in terms of things to do in the game. We haven't gotten an update that actually added something different, like for example import-export or the stunt races, in a long time. There are a couple of free mode jobs with CEO and MC. There are businesses that are ultimately all the same. I mean MC, Smuggler's Run, gun running, special cargo is all the same. Only import-export is really different, and maybe god damn it, maybe Smuggler's Run kind of. I can't even mention nightclubs because promoting is a waste of time, and other than that there's nothing new to actually do with it. And then there are jobs which, apart from heists and maybe stunt races, no one plays. And heists are a bitch with randoms. So ultimately there's headhunter, resupplying, stealing vehicle cargo, and that's kind of it. And I get hella bored of that. It mostly bothers me because there is so much more potential. They could have added a battle royale mode, for example. The game is the perfect template, with parachuting, a huge map and weapon pickups. I would just be, god damn it, I can't talk anymore. I would just like more creativity and variety instead of just another business that adds nothing new, like nightclub. Number 5. There is no quality of life update, and we desperately need one. There are so many things that just don't work properly. Pegasus, or even the mechanic, delivering a vehicle, and once you get there, they call you and say, "Sorry, we couldn't deliver the vehicle," even though you paid for the vehicle and for the delivery. Or there's no vehicle at all and they don't even call you, and you still have a cooldown. Glitch sessions where you can't launch anything because a session-wide activity is already running, except there isn't, and it keeps saying that for 4 hours. Ordering a plane, standing on an airfield and getting it delivered to another airfield, which makes total sense. Secure Surf being unavailable in the interaction menu. The menu being way too cluttered. Some options could definitely be removed or put in the same section there. For example, the Mock, Terabyte and Avenger. Adding a list of favorite contacts, quick dial, or just deleting contacts. I can think of so many small things, just like my penis, they could fix that will make the game so much better. But of course, that wouldn't sell any shark cards. Number 6 is passive mode. It may have been a great feature in the beginning, but at this point it is used exclusively for griefing. I can't tell you how annoying it is to get killed by a Hydra 20 times because you are in the middle of a field with no cover, doing a mission, and once you finally get to your Deluxo or whatever and shoot a missile, boom, passive mode. Just to follow you the whole time, to go out of passive mode again and then fuck you up your ass. Fuck everyone who does that. You're a really big man using your Hydra, Conchali or whatever to grief people who can't defend themselves, and then as soon as you're outskilled or at a disadvantage you go into passive mode. You're a fucking joke, man. Passive mode should either not be allowed in armed vehicles or have a longer cooldown, but it definitely needs to be changed, and it is the same with killing yourself. Not in real life, don't kill yourself in real life, but in the game you can kill yourself, and a lot of people will kill you, and as soon as you have your reticle or whatever on them, they kill themselves so that their KD doesn't go down. And that's fucking retarded. Number 7. They don't fix shit unless they lose money because of it. And here's a prime example. The Akula. Since nightclubs were added, the Akula's missiles do not lock on anymore. And they didn't fix that. In the meantime, they fixed countless money glitches, but they don't give a fuck about the Akula. And before you comment, you can just remove the turret and then it will work again. No, that is not a fix, it is a workaround. Rockstar made the Akula not work as intended and did nothing to fix it. I paid fucking 4 million for that helicopter. That would be $50 if I bought it with shark cards. That's the price of a new game. Imagine buying a new game and the multiplayer doesn't work and then the devs just tell you to play the story instead. No! Fuck you! You sell something for 50 fucking bucks, you have a responsibility to fix it. Another example is the nightclub delivery van. You can spend $100,000 putting mines on it and they don't work. You just don't have any mines. But who cares, right? People already bought it and Rockstar made their money. Meanwhile, a small little indie studio called Hello Games supports their game, No Man's Sky, for more than 2 years for absolutely free, even though they could have just taken their money and ran. Number 8, and this one is bad. False advertisement. Before I bought the Ruiner 2000, I played the special vehicle mission to test it out. It was awesome. Unlimited missiles, jumping, parachuting, I had an absolute blast. Obviously I wanted to buy it, despite the ridiculous price of $4.3 million. I read through the description on Legendary Motorsports carefully, actually I think it was Warstock, whatever, who cares, and I clicked buy. I tuned it for around 700k, which brings the total price to 5 million or around 60 bucks with shark cards, and I went to try it out. Guess what my reaction was when I ran out of missiles after just 8 shots? Nowhere did it say anything about that. Absolutely fucking nowhere. And it was the same for the B-11 Strike Force. I bought it, I tuned it, I ran out of missiles. No disclaimer anywhere that it can hold 30 missiles only, and it is the only goddamn plane that has a limited amount of homing missiles. Am I supposed to fucking smell these things, Rockstars? Sure, you can watch reviews or read about it before buying it, but it is not the responsibility of other people to tell us about these things. It is the responsibility of the developers. I'm getting back to No Man's Sky here. When that was falsely advertised, it was a huge deal. They received death threats, everyone hated on the game, and the devs and most companies gave refunds for the game. The Ruiner was black, god damn it, motherfucking shit. The Ruiner was more fucking expensive than No Man's Sky. I'm not a lawyer, obviously. If I was, I probably could talk right and I wouldn't be making shitty YouTube videos. But this seems pretty illegal to me because they are not simply selling some in-game stuff, they are selling it for real world money. So, I don't know, maybe someone should look into that. Number 9, and this one already ruins the game for me. The game is an absolute pay-to-win mess. And don't even give me the argument, it's open world, there's nothing to win. How about you go work for product for 10 hours and then lose all of it to some bitch with an orbital cannon? It's a lot worse than losing a match in Call of Duty that ultimately doesn't matter because you'll just play another one. The definition of pay to win is that someone who pays money can put themselves at an unfair advantage against other players in a PvP environment. And that is exactly what GTA Online is. The orbital cannon is the prime example. All you need for that is $1 million to own it and 500,000 every time you want to use it. There's no skill involved. You just press a button, pay and ruin someone's day. Another perfect example are MK2 weapons. They are nothing but superior to the original weapons, but you need to own a bunker, an MOC and do around 200 hours of research to get all of it. Someone who pays can get the bunker MOC faster and can simply fast track the research for about 20 million, which equals around 200 real life dollars. And don't even get me started on explosive ammo. You can wreck planes with no issue if you're only willing to pay for explosive ammo all the time. And you have no chance against an explosive pump gun with any weapon because it kills you with one shot up to like 50 meters, which is not what a pump gun is intended to do. And then there's Ghost Organization, which makes you appear off the radar for 3 or 5 minutes. Huge advantage and should definitely not be in the game. Don't get me wrong, this game needs things you can buy. It needs fancy cars, skins, clothes, because that's what motivates you to play and grind. But it should be balanced. You should not be able to put yourself at an advantage with anything you buy. And new content like the Doomsday Heist or client jobs should not be locked behind a paywall either. Number 10, and this is my last point and sort of an amassment of earlier reasons. The PvP aspect of this game is absolutely fucked. Explosive ammo, orbital cannon and Ghost Organization make it pay to win. Not fixing glitches they don't lose money on means that this game is 5 years old and there are still multiple God mode glitches, meaning people can run around and kill everyone, yet no one can kill them. Not updating old stuff means you still have to sell your MC businesses in post-OP vans going like 10 kilometers an hour. I have no idea how fast it is in miles, please Google it, normal people use meters. And you're completely defenseless in those things, even though people now have so many armed vehicles. Grieving is greatly supported by being able to kill yourself to preserve your KD and passive mode. And the hit registration and lag in this game are absolute ass. And not a nice ass, like a 90-year-old guy ass. So in conclusion, what's wrong with GTA Online is greed. The game has so much untouched potential that isn't used because of greed. And that is so sad to see. It could be so much better. Give us a new island, give us a different country, give us anything that doesn't cost you too much money and you can sell because you're fucking greedy, Rockstars. Rockstar Games used to make a variety of games, from Midnight Club to Bully, GTA, which I just realized now they're still making. Actually, they're not making, they just have the last one out, they make billions with it. Manhunt, Max Payne and LA Noire. But since they are making billions with GTA Online, they stopped doing anything else. Yeah, they are doing Red Dead Redemption 2 at the moment, but that's just going to be GTA Online in 1890. And God, I can't talk anymore. That's just going to be GTA Online in 1899, right? We all know that, let's be honest. It's gonna be exactly the same as GTA Online. I don't know if they're gonna be flying horses that can shoot missiles out of their ass, but it's gonna be a pay-to-win fucking mess as well, which we can already see looking at the editions that you can buy. Where is GTA 6? For all the reasons I mentioned, they have proven to me that they don't care about us players or quite frankly the game. All they care about is selling shark cards. And that is what is wrong with GTA Online.
I don't know.
So I would like to thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see not more of Rockstars. I mean not more of GTA. We live stream every day except for Sunday, a variety of games. At the moment we're playing a lot of Rainbow. We play new games when they come out. We played Spider-Man, Detroit. I would greatly appreciate a like. Turn on the bell so you're notified when we go live. And yeah, thanks for watching. Tell me what you think in the comments. Peace out from the two friends.
Shit, never mind. Can we all just go to a nightclub and dance?
Yeah. We don't have music in our nightclub.
Wait, he was pink and then he turned purple. How is that possible?
I don't know.
There's someone already killed him. They're in the circle again.
Presser. Yeah.
It's actually not a circle, but never mind.
Against the Hydra guy. Oh, okay, that didn't work.
What the fuck is she doing?
Who the
Oh my
fuck is that?
fucking god! What the fuck
Marco,
was she
yeah,
doing?
sure you can.
Oh my fucking god, that was so dumb. One of them is in the area.
Yeah.
Not sure why it's not.
Really. He's on the roof. He's on the roof. That's
alright. Why the fuck? I hate that when you try to shoot someone and then she decides to suddenly climb obstacles without you pressing.
Alright.
Because normally you try to climb obstacles and she never does it. Even if you press. And sometimes you're trying to shoot and then she thinks, oh, you know what, I should just stand on this. And then you can't shoot anymore while you're standing on that. It's so retarded.